Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Joao Felix has finally returned to Chelsea. The deal has been completed. It has been going on for about 10 days now. It involved a lot of things that it got embroiled into the Conor Gallagher transfer saga, but now everything has been sorted out. He has been unveiled as a new Chelsea player, and I think it's a really good signing. He was not their first choice, but now that they have gotten him, I think it's a good signing for them. About 40 million euros for a 5-year contract for 200 million pounds per week. So it's a good deal for Joao Felix as well. As I said before, he was not their first choice. They wanted Samuel Morodin. The deal was already done with Atletico Madrid. Personal terms agreed, fees was agreed. He was already here to get the medical done, and then during that medical, something happened, and then he was sent back to Madrid. The medical got cancelled. The deal just went away. It was weird that something like that had happened between two big clubs. Usually stuff like this happens between smaller clubs, but two big clubs after two big leagues in Europe had this deal fell through, and then it had an effect on the Conor Gallagher deal as well. He was also sent back to London because the deal for Morodin got cancelled. Chelsea, they really wanted to get somebody in, and they got their eyes on Joao Felix. Basically, Atletico were the ones who offered Felix to Chelsea, and the people in charge at Chelsea, they really liked Felix. He was already at loan at Chelsea a season ago, so they really thought that he could be the one that can come in. He could play as a 9, he can play as a inside winger, and he can play even at the number 10 position as well. So it's a good signing for Chelsea. Is he better than Morodin? You can argue like Morodin is a young player. He had a great season last year. He scored about 15 goals, so he was an up and coming striker. Joao Felix himself is like 24. It's not like he's somebody old at 28, 29. He has been at the club. He knows the fans. He knows the values of the club. He knows most of the squad at the club as well. And I think it's a good signing in my opinion. I think he has not had a good amount, like he did not have a good time last time around, and then again at Barca, even Barca, like he was not really that impactful for Barcelona. But I think there is a good player in Joao Felix. He has shown us that what he can do in the past. It's just I think that if he's not getting the right manager to guide him. I think Maresca could be the guy that brings out the player that we already know. It's inside Joao Felix, and I think it could turn out to be a great signing for Chelsea. They have not really paid that much money for him in terms of the fee paid to agreed, but he's on a good amount of money in terms of wages. But you expect that from Chelsea, that they of course they are going to pay high wages. He's coming to a Premier League club in London, so you expect the wage demands are going to be high, and Chelsea of course are going to pay the demands if they want the players. But I think, like as I said before, I think it's a good signing for Chelsea. I am like a lot of people are trolling Chelsea and making memes about them and Felix. I really think this could turn out to be a very smart signing by Maresca, because the way that Maresca plays, Felix is not going to be that main guy who's going to be just stay at the top. Like he likes his players, the front three, even the front five, to interchange between them, the wingers to come in, the striker to go out, and even the number 10, he needs to sometimes you will see the number 10 being in the box, and the striker, the main guy who's supposed to be the guy in the box, he's playing outside. So Maresca likes to interchange his players at the front, and I think Felix is like the perfect player for that, because he can play, as I said, he can play anywhere in the front, so he can even play as a number 10. So he's going to be perfect, the interchangeable links between the front players. For Chelsea is going to be very interesting this season. If you have seen what Maresca did with Leicester in the Championship, you would know that he is going to make those wingers play. Like it's going to be very interesting. And if the smaller teams, I think that's why I think they are going to struggle with Chelsea because of so much movement in the front. And I think, and after you saw the game against City as well, you could see how it even though you can say that City, they were not at their full squad. They did not have their John Stones was not playing and Rodri was not playing, but you could still see what Maresca was trying to do, and you would say that how many chances Chelsea created, they were not able to finish it. That's a different aspect, that they did not really finish the chances, but they made a good amount of chances, and that was the reason, because how interchangeable their players were. Because after every new chance, you could see a new player was the one ending up in the box. So I think that is why Joao Felix could turn out to be a very smart signing by Maresca. And as I say, the fees is not that much for a player like him. It's just 40 million euros. That's like 35 million pounds for a player like Joao Felix. It's a really good investment. Atletico, they really, like, he was on loan last year time around, and they really did not want him to stay at the club. He was not in Simeone's plan, and they really wanted to get the Carragher deal to finish. And they themselves, as I said, they were the ones who offered Joao Felix to Chelsea. So you can say, like, it's they got a good amount of money for them, like 40 million euros. It's a good amount. So it's basically they have spent just about 2 million euros on Carragher, getting him for 42 million euros, selling Felix for 40 million euros. So it's a good business from Diego Simeone's side. They have gotten rid of a player, and a player on a good high wages, and they have brought in a player that they really wanted for basically about 2 million euros. So I think it's a good deal overall for everybody. And Felix himself, he himself has said in his interview that he really liked his time at London, and he's really excited to come back here. And I think, as I said, I think he's gonna have a good season this time. He's not going, like, I'm not saying he's going to come up and score 20 plus goals, but I think he's going to have a good impact this time around. And that the reason that I think it's going to be Maresca's system. He's going to bring out the best of a good amount of players, like all the front players. I think they are going to have a good season at Chelsea, including Felix. So yeah, it's a really good deal in my opinion. And I think a lot of teams are not and a lot of fans of other clubs are not really understanding and not seeing that how important this deal could turn out to be. We'll see at the end of the season how much goals he does, how much value that Chelsea get out of Felix's transfer. Again, I would say the fee is not that high, so like if I were a Chelsea fan, I would be really pleased with it, with that signing. I would be like, I would appreciate that they have gotten him for such a fee. If the fee would have been higher, I would have questioned it, but I don't think like paying 35 million for Joao Felix is not really a big deal. I think it's a good deal in my opinion. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did Chelsea make the right decision to bring in Joao Felix, or did they panic buy after Omaruddin deal fell off? And do you think that he's gonna have a good season? And another question that I have is, do you think they are still gonna go after Osimhen? Because I really don't think they are gonna go and try and buy him after they got Felix in. I don't think it makes any sense to go out and buy Osimhen now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 150 subscribers before the transfer window ends, so it's about like 13-14 remaining, so it would be mean a lot. So please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.